And hi, everyone. There we go. Welcome to our weekly update. My name is Vinnie, and my co-host over here.
I'm David Wright. I'm here with you live with my favorite host of a great podcast. What's the name of that podcast, Vinnie?
It's called Road to Growth. If you're looking to overcome adversity, anything like that, feel free to listen. It's on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all the different platforms, Pandora. So, yeah, feel free to listen to that and to join into the conversation. Now, if you followed us on Monday, I think there are some changes that we kind of wanted to talk about on our market update this one. So nothing too drastic on the real estate side of it with properties. We'll get into the interest rates in a second. Kind of going over the quick numbers real fast. So we've gone down a tad bit tick in active properties in the market. We were sitting about like 3,900. We're a little bit under, a couple less properties. I mean, nothing too drastic. Pending has gone up a little bit. Active for the 3 million to 700,000. Still, now across the board, we have more pendings than actives across the board. 3 million to 7 million and under 700,000. The under 700,000 has gone up a little over 3,000. We were about 2950 or something like that. So nothing too drastic with the changes, yet we're seeing active properties slowly tick downwards. So something to think about. Coming soon. We got a little more coming soon than we did last week. Last week, I think we were sitting about 60 coming soon that went on the market in a week time frame. 98 this week with 180 coming soon as a whole. One thing, and then if you can see right here, here's a couple coming soon that you kind of see on the board. So if you are working with a trusted realtor, reach out to them, see what's on coming soon, what new properties are available. New rule that when a property is coming soon now, it has to go on the MLS before you can hold it off for a month, week, a little bit longer. So talk to your resource and see what coming soon properties are available. Now, one thing that we've done a little bit different here is I went through auctions, right? Because I'm getting, what's going on with forbearances, auctions, things like that. So we have 348 set auction dates currently in San Diego County. All right, so we'll see. I mean, if we're going to get an influx of new foreclosures and things like that. I'm going to be sitting in this one seminar with one of my resources to see kind of what they're thinking about with forbearances and things like that. So maybe also some knowledge to drop to you in the next couple coming weeks. But that's kind of a quick insight into the real estate market in San Diego County.
Well, that's the total active properties, 3,892?
Yeah.
That is disturbingly low because normally during this time of year, Vinny, where are we at?
Well, I mean, to throw it out there, I mean, we were at 7,800 last year.
So there you go. In a normal market, that's probably about close. So for those of you who are wondering why those properties you're looking at online disappear and why, if you're making offers, that there's multiple other offers happening, it's because there's hardly any properties for sale. And in case some of you didn't notice, interest rates are low. I don't know if you knew this, Vinny, but they're low.
Yeah, I would say another thing that's going to play out is we're getting some new rule changes happening right now that letters, like, so, when you put an offer in, for the most time, you want to put a letter in about yourself and your family, kind of tugging at the emotional strings of the seller. Well, it sounds like that might be a fair housing rule now.
What? Say that again.
So that letter right there,
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about not allowing those to get passed on from buyer to seller.
That's not a good idea. You know what? There's emotion in buying a house, just like the emotion when someone hears, I can get a jumbo fixed rate mortgage at 3%. and all of a sudden they lose it and start celebrating and throwing their hands in the air. And
well, the idea behind it is they don't want people to judge based off of ethnicity and other things like that. So I guess people have complained they're not getting that property offer accepted because they saw the letter and decided to go with someone else that maybe wasn't of color or that was white or whatever it might be. So
I'm sorry, is really pathetic because on the loan application, they make you disclose your race and nationality. Even though they tell you you don't have to, they make us report it. The government will audit you unless you report everyone's race and nationality, which to me is discrimination in itself. We might as well judge people by their hair color then. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, it's the color of your character. And
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
let's not dive into this deep water here, Vinnie. I think me and you are going a little deep.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, there's so many things changing. If you've been watching us for the last weeks, you'll know that we've talked about the coronavirus, and there's coronavirus addendums. You have to sign this, get it submitted. You have to basically make sure it's really the property's clean. If you're doing a showing on the property, a lot more virtual tours out there, especially if you're looking on Zillow or Realtor.com and those kind of platforms. They'll show you that which properties have 3D tours. For the most part, most properties have 3D tours going on right now. But so much things are changing on a daily basis. So even if you're not looking to buy tomorrow, maybe you're looking to buy for a week from now, a month from now, talk to your trusted resource to see what's currently going on in the market.
Well, I mean, right now, I don't know, we mentioned this before, but your bank statement loans have come back now, which is kind of scary. And then at the same time, all those restrictions that we had, basically what's called a lender overlay, are slowly getting lifted more as well. So it's like now you're back down to your 640 FICOs again. Whereas before, when the COVID thing started, everyone was back up at 680. So when you talk to your lender out there, if they can't do deals and you have a FICO score of 640, talk to another lender, because if they tell you no one does those deals, they're not giving you the whole truth. And that's kind of a shame because there is a lot of adaptations going on out there. And, you know, with that being said, your FHA buyers, once again, and VA, historically, the lowest ever done. They are lower than a slug on a sidewalk.
Something to really think about. Okay, this is something that I see with some lenders. Okay, not all lenders. I mean, not my colleague here, but it happens with some lenders. When people are getting a lot of business, right? Sometimes we get a little lazy, right? So right now, I mean, I've talked to a variety of different lenders, and with interest rates so low, you're getting people, of course, buying, but you're also getting a lot of people refinancing. So some lenders that maybe whatever amount of business they were getting before are getting more business now than they were getting a month ago, 2 months ago.
Absolutely, they are 100%.
Okay, so something to think about, that if your file is not clean, right, clean to their standards, or it doesn't fall into their guidelines, because grant programs and other programs, you know, take more time to get approved. There are more steps to jump through. So if the lender is too busy right now, they might push you off and wait for your file to get a little cleaner, or push you off until they free up a little bit. So if you talk to one lender and that lender can't qualify you, get a second choice, get a second recommendation.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're looking at the lending environment right now. We are the busiest we've ever been in history. If you talk to a lender and they say they're not busy, do not talk to them anymore, because that means they're absolutely terrible at their job. Any lender that is remotely good is absurdly busy. Even lenders who are not good and you actually don't want them to help you, they're actually staying in business now and will continue to stay in business, because the data that came out this week tells us rates are going to stay low for 6 months to a year. And that's something that I'm going to go on record saying, because I do believe it's going to stay there. The data is not going to get us where we need to go with the economy. And we need to keep these rates where they are for things to survive, even though long-term it will have really negative consequences.
Yeah, so we want to keep it under 10 minutes. Follow us on market updates. Subscribe to any kind of platform that you're watching this on right now. There's probably an avenue to subscribe to every Monday and Friday. Thank you, everyone. Want to stay under that 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.